Welcome to Trending Now USA. I'm Bella, and today we dive into a story that's lighting up the tennis world once again. The next big move for the Philippines tennis sensation, Alexandra Eala. The rising star is preparing to make her mark at the Guangzhou Open in China, and what she's planning to do there is something she hasn't done since her memorable Wimbledon appearance earlier this year. The tennis community, her fans, and sports analysts are buzzing with excitement, and all eyes are on what could be her most defining moment since she burst into international headlines. Alexandra Eala, or Alex as fans affectionately call her, has quickly become a name synonymous with youthful determination, global ambition, and Filipino pride. At just 19 years old, she's already made history multiple times, from winning junior Grand Slam titles to breaking into higher-level WTA tournaments with fearless energy. But it's not just about the wins. It's about her relentless drive to evolve, to step up, and to push boundaries each time she walks on court. The Guangzhou Open represents a fresh chapter, one filled with both challenge and opportunity, and Eala's approach to this event feels different, more mature, and strategically calculated in ways we haven't seen since Wimbledon. Since that summer in London, where she captured the attention of global audiences with her poise and tactical brilliance, Eala has been quietly rebuilding her momentum. Her Wimbledon performance wasn't just about how far she went in the draw. It was about how she played, composed, intelligent, and ready to face players ranked far above her with complete belief in her game. That tournament served as her coming-of-age moment on grass, and though she didn't advance as far as she hoped, the confidence she carried from that run became the foundation for everything she's doing now. At the Guangzhou Open, Eala is entering with a clear mission to prove she can transition from promise to power, from potential to performance. For the first time since Wimbledon, she's focusing on a main-draw WTA tournament as a solo competitor without doubles commitments, signaling her intent to channel every ounce of energy into her singles campaign. This is a significant decision, one that demonstrates her commitment to refining her game, testing her endurance, and making a statement among the tour's seasoned players. Observers have noted how Eala's training regimen has intensified since her European stint. After Wimbledon, she took a few weeks to reset, returning to her base training in Spain under the guidance of the Rafael Nadal Academy coaches who have shaped her since her teenage years. The reports from Mallorca indicate that her sessions focused on three key areas: serve precision, transition play, and court aggression. Those who followed her closely know these were precisely the areas that held her back in tighter matches against top 50 players. Now, she's polishing them with a deliberate edge, determined to compete at the Guangzhou Open not just as a talented wildcard, but as a genuine threat. The decision to enter the Guangzhou Open is a bold one, considering its timing in the season. Many players at this stage are pacing themselves, managing fatigue, or selectively entering tournaments to conserve energy for the year-end stretch. But Eala's approach stands out. She's choosing to take risks, to gain exposure on Asian hard courts that demand quick adjustments, fast decision-making, and superior conditioning. For her, this isn't just about results. It's about development, growth, and the continuation of a long-term plan. What she's set to do in Guangzhou mirrors her Wimbledon mindset: play freely, play fearlessly, and focus on execution, not expectation. But there's a deeper layer this time. Insiders suggest that Eala's new coaching setup has emphasized independence. She's reportedly been working more on match visualization, pre-point routines, and situational strategy, mental aspects that often separate emerging stars from established champions. For the first time since Wimbledon, she'll be entering a tournament without the weight of trying to prove something to others. Instead, she's proving something to herself, that she belongs among the elite and that her trajectory is sustainable. The competition in Guangzhou will be fierce. The field features a mix of rising WTA talents, veterans hungry for a late-season push, and regional players with strong local support. For Eala, it's the perfect test of composure. Her draw could include opponents with vastly different styles, from big servers to heavy baseliners, demanding adaptability. That's exactly the challenge she thrives on. Those who watched her Wimbledon campaign will remember how she handled variety with remarkable calm, even when facing opponents with stronger rankings and heavier strokes. Her ability to problem-solve mid-match has been one of her greatest assets, and it's expected to shine again on the Chinese courts. Beyond her technical preparation, there's a sense of emotional balance that's returning to her game. Eala's social media posts in recent weeks show a more centered athlete, one who's embracing the grind, celebrating small victories, and connecting with her growing fan base across Asia. The buzz surrounding her Guangzhou entry has been electric in the Philippines, with fans flooding online forums and local news outlets sharing messages of support. For many Filipinos, Eala isn't just a tennis player. She's a symbol of what persistence, passion, and representation can achieve on the world stage. Every step she takes in tournaments like this resonates deeply back home. What makes this upcoming appearance special is that it's the first time since Wimbledon that Eala enters a tournament with such a distinct sense of purpose and possibility. At Wimbledon, she showed she could stand shoulder to shoulder with the best. In Guangzhou, she's out to prove she can control the narrative, dictate play, and manage the pressure that comes with expectation. Her evolution is not only about skills, it's about mindset, and that shift could be the key that unlocks the next phase of her journey. Fans and analysts alike have taken note of her improved serve. During practice sessions, she's been clocked serving with more consistency and placement, often targeting corners with a lefty spin that opens the court beautifully. Her footwork, once a minor concern, has visibly sharpened, especially on returns. The change of surface from grass to hard court might seem tricky, but Eala's adaptability has always been one of her trademarks. Her junior days were spent ompiting across multiple surfaces, and her record in Asia speaks volumes about her comfort level on hard courts. Since Wimbledon, she's also been working on point construction, thinking several shots ahead, mixing pace and angles, and using her forehand as a true weapon. These tactical upgrades are designed to give her control over matches rather than reacting to them. The Guangzhou Open will reveal just how well she can implement these refinements under real pressure. Off-court, Eala's confidence seems to have grown too. Her demeanor in interviews has matured. She speaks with a quiet determination that wasn't as evident a year ago. She's learning to navigate the demands of being a public figure, balancing training, media appearances, and fan engagement, without losing sight of the bigger goal. She's been candid about the importance of mental clarity, even mentioning how meditation and journaling have become part of her daily routine. These tools have helped her manage nerves, maintain focus, and keep perspective amid the intense world of pro tennis. The Guangzhou Open also marks her first appearance in mainland China since her early junior days. That adds a nostalgic yet empowering element to her return. It's a full-circle moment, from a young hopeful playing small tournaments in Asia to a recognized name competing at the WTA level. The Asian leg of the tennis season has always been kind to players who can combine patience with aggression, and Eala's blend of finesse and firepower makes her a natural fit for these conditions. What she's preparing to do at this tournament is more than just compete. She's preparing to test herself in new ways, to embrace pressure, to adapt under the spotlight, and to translate her progress into tangible results. Since Wimbledon, she's had the time to reset, reflect, and refine. Now, she's ready to reveal that work to the world. The atmosphere in Guangzhou is expected to be electric. Chinese tennis fans are known for their enthusiasm, and with several local favorites in the draw, the energy will be palpable. But that doesn't intimidate Eala. In fact, she thrives in high-energy environments. Her ability to channel the crowd's energy into her performance is part of what makes her so compelling to watch. Whether she's facing a top seed or a qualifier, her composure and competitive fire remain constant. As the tournament draws closer, her schedule is packed with practice sessions, media commitments, and team meetings. Sources close to her camp mention that she's entering this event with a clear routine, warm-up drills, focused visualization, tactical walkthroughs, everything designed to maximize readiness. It's that professionalism and discipline that set her apart from many players her age. Since Wimbledon, she's also been experimenting with her diet and recovery habits, focusing on endurance and flexibility. The humid conditions in Guangzhou will test every athlete's conditioning, but Eala's meticulous approach to hydration, rest, and preparation could give her an advantage. It's these subtle, behind-the-scenes adjustments that often make the difference at this level. Her presence at the Guangzhou Open also carries symbolic weight. For Southeast Asian tennis, every breakthrough she achieves broadens the pathway for future talents. Young players from Manila to Jakarta look up to her, not just because she wins, but because she dares. She dares to step onto courts where no Filipino woman has gone before, and she does it with humility and courage. That's what makes her story so inspiring. If her Wimbledon campaign represented her introduction to the global stage, Guangzhou could represent her declaration. A declaration that she's not just a rising star, she's a competitor who's here to stay. Her team's focus on continuous improvement, her mental growth, and her unwavering ambition make her one of the most intriguing young players in the sport today. The world will be watching to see how she handles the moment. But if her recent history is any indication, Alexandra Eala will walk into the Guangzhou Open with the same fearless smile, the same sharp focus, and the same belief that carried her through Wimbledon, only stronger, wiser, and hungrier. And as we count down to her first match, one thing is certain. What Alexandra Eala is about to do in Guangzhou won't just be another tournament performance. It will be a statement, one that echoes far beyond the tennis court, all the way to the hearts of millions who believe in her journey. I'm Bella, and you're watching Trending Now USA, where we bring you the stories that matter, the athletes who inspire, and the moments that define sports history. Stay tuned for more updates as we follow Alexandra Eala's exciting campaign at the Guangzhou Open.